Today, as a trainer and auditor in artificial intelligence, after having trained hundreds of companies, I'm going to show you how I work. How I personally use Nano Banana Pro to truly be efficient and generate the visuals I want with a high level of precision. So what I usually do, one might think I'll just use Gemini directly, ask it to generate an image for me, but the problem is it takes forever. We can agree that's not productive at all. For professionals who have a bit of a budget, I suggest you take a look at Freepik, for example. Freepik, I got a Premium Plus account myself, so it still costs 400 euros. Per year is not exactly super affordable, but it will allow you to do some pretty amazing things. So I'll be able to show you, in terms of return on investment, what you can expect to get out of it. What I actually did was use what's called a workspace. So you can see it right here. The workspace actually lets you have text fields, assistants that can use models like ChatGPT or Gemini to generate text, and finally, image generation. So that's the last step. Instead of going into Gemini, telling it, can you make me an image, or at least asking it to do so. Here's my graphic style. You need to respect it and produce for me. This, instead of doing all that, I'm just going to use my workspace, give it my topic. So my topic is Nano Banana being integrated into presentation tools. PowerPoint, the best combo for efficiency and for sticking to your brand guidelines with some pretty amazing results. And so actually from this text, I give it to another artificial intelligence here, which will be able to use it. And its mission, it's going to be to generate approaches for image generation afterwards. So instead of having to, once again, generate a visual, give it some D-zone, if you know what that is, spending my life on it, I actually have an AI, quite simply, that will find me different approaches, and then pass this text to another artificial intelligence, which, as you can see, will simply generate a visual prompt. A visual prompt, quite simply. This is what will be used by Nano Banana to generate it for me. Thank you. My image. So right now there's a high demand on Nano Banana, so it's going to take a lot of time. But in the end, we get visuals. So for me, this is my graphic charter. You could criticize it, by the way. I encourage you to do so. It's not necessarily the most beautiful, but this AI will respect my graphic charter and always deliver results of very, very high quality. Moreover, what will be interesting is also a contextual part. So we have the contextual part with the information I provided. That's what I'm modifying. Next, we will see what the AI will generate in terms of angle of attack. And finally, we'll look at the input images. So in input, it means in input data. I can assign this assistant the task of generating, once again, visual prompts for the YouTube channel and all that. But what's going to be interesting is that I can also give it two images as examples. So two images that I really liked. I give them to it, and then you'll see that it will generate my visuals for me. So instead of spending my life trying to do the work, trying, attempting, trying again, asking, modifying, realizing that I've lost everything, and that in the end, the AI no longer listens to me, I simply use Freepik with a workspace. And what's really great is that, once again, with this idea of context, image, prompt, and at the same time, look, images that I can provide, even at the end, I also generate posts for LinkedIn for myself. It doesn't cost anything, so you might as well do it, if I may say so. And now I have LinkedIn posts that I can try out. Still working with prompts, you can see here, I have a prompt for an agent, so basically it's a kind of pseudo agent with a lot of instructions, and it will be able to take the image as input. The topic I gave it is about sales. As you can see, this is the common thread, it's the whole subject I defined, and it will actually generate my LinkedIn post for me. So in fact, this allows me to have my images for YouTube, for my videos, YouTube, and at the same time, posts for LinkedIn, if I want. And finally, several types of visuals that I could use here and there. So this is really an approach I encourage you to try, Freepik. It's truly fantastic. It really saves a huge amount of time when it comes to generating content. Of course, it comes at a price, let's be honest. 45 euros per month or 400 euros per year, it's not the cheapest option. I was lucky I got a promo at 250. But in terms of return on investment for a business, especially if you manage to share access, it's still pretty fantastic. So I really encourage you to check it out. Don't hesitate to try it out a little. Text to agent, assistant, then image generation. And you'll see it's actually pretty great. What I also encourage you to do is check the description. I'll leave you a little manual so you can make full use of Nano Banana Pro. Because that's one of the things I use, but as you can imagine, once you've trained hundreds of companies, there are about 36,000 things you know. So instead of making you a 3-hour video, I put it all in a manual. Feel free to check it out, it's free, so go ahead. And I'll see you very soon in any case for the next videos. Goodbye.